Hello friends, welcome to script.info. My name is Rizwan Khan and we are going to continue our web messenger real-time chat application project. Till now we have completed with all the parts of authentication as well as routes. Now we are going to continue with the process of logout, and also we are going to show the list of users with the status like who is online or who is offline. So let's continue. So what are we going to do? So first we need a simple and basic UI. In this screen I want on the right side chat part, so user can communicate with another user, and on the left side I want the list of users. So I have already created a basic UI, and also the link of that UI is available in the description of this video, so you can get that. And also if you want that this header or anything, if you're finding it difficult to create this header, then this header code is also available, and I will also add the link of this in the description of this video. So here is the code, you can see. So this is the header component code. You can get it simply from here. So this is two files, index.js, as you can see over here, and another file is style.css. Just copy it from here and it will work well. And on the next part, what I want to get the homepage code, so it will be easier for both of us. And this link is also available in the description of this video. So you just need to get this component, right? So this is homepage component. As you can see, the name is very clear, and also the style.css file. You can see homepage homepage, and this is angle bracket whatever. So this is home style.css right here. So let's copy this homepage code, and so if you want you can copy complete, and then you can replace copy, go back to your code editor, and you can see this is home page. This is the container. Inside the container we have login page, home page, index.js file, as well as we have style.css file. Just copy the index.js file code, and so you can simply replace everything. So this is you can see I have everything starting from section with a class name container, right? So I have, it's very simple, right? So this is a section. Inside this section I have two parts. You can see the first part is a list of users, so let give it some space, and the second part is simply the chat area. Okay, so this starts here, ends here, and also within the chat area I have a small chat header with the name of the user, like whom I am communicating, so the person I'm messaging. And then I have a message section, and then I have a control section, so I can write some message and send that message. So this is very simple, right? And also I need to export this, and I forget, I think, to bring it here. Yeah, right. Let's copy this one, save, and also you can get the style.css. And it is fast. Okay, now copy and back to your code editor, and in your style.css file paste over here. Okay, so let's save it, and let's go to your browser and refresh. See what we have. We have our left side like with the user Rizwan Khan, and just in front of the name Rizwan Khan I will show something like green color light, or the signal for online users, and that signal will be like brighter for in case of online user, and off dimmer in case of the user who is not logged in or who is not online, right? And as you can see I don't have header anymore over here, so I just have to use my layout component, that's all. So here I'm going to get my layout component, and it also imported layout component from the components file. So let's copy this one and paste over here, save. Let's go back, and you can see I have the header also, and this is the user already logged in from the previous video. You can see this is still logged in. Okay, so that's no problem. And what we can do, we can simply grab this we can do this formatting better, right? So this will look better. Okay, this is good enough, fine. And let's remove the extra space. Okay, save. So this is what we have, right? So I have already told about this, like what I have. This is the set list of users, and let's save it and back to your browser, and everything is working well. So I'm just going to add something like so you can see I have a span, and inside this span I have the name of the user, right? And so I'm going to add one more span. I forget to add in the source code of this home component. So right now I will write a simple text, right, online, and I will also add couple of CSS over here. So let's say display, and it will be flex, and justify content will be space between, so it will be side by side, apart from each other. Okay, cool. Save, and also let's add a comma. Okay, now go back to your browser, and you can see Rizwan Khan online, and I don't have the space between Rizwan and this online status. Is this because of this is display name is itself a flex element, and I have two things over here just side by side. And so just to make this enable, I have to add I have to tell it's again a flex. So let's take the entire space, and so it will take the flex one, it will take the whole remaining space, and then it will create a space between the element. Okay, now you can see Rizwan Khan and online. So this is right now static. Let's get the user and before that let's log out the user, right? So let's go to your auth action file, auth.action.js, and here we are going to write a very simple action to log out the user, right? Export const logout, and without any argument also will return, and again it is going to be an asynchronous function, dispatch with a parameter like dispatch, and I will say dispatch. So I will simply dispatch an action before the process of starting logout, right? It is again going to make a call to the firebase, like to make the user logout, right? And also we are going to add a constants. So here user login and user logout you can add, right? User underscore logout, and then user underscore logout. Cool. Save, back to your action file, and here we are going to say type and backticks dollar auth constants dot user underscore logout underscore request. You can also create 3 more constant with the name request, success, and failure. So then you don't need to write underscore request. You can also get that constant, so it will avoid spelling mistakes. Okay, and you can see this is the logout before request. Let's log out user. So we'll again use auth from the firebase. We will call auth, and it is going to give us some methods. So that is, one of them is sign out, and here you can call sign out, and it is going to return promise. So you can make use of then and catch. So if then, it means you're successfully logged out from the application, and if catch, it means some error. So you have to handle those error too, and we'll say console.log and error, and if it is logged out successfully, So you can simply clear the local storage dot clear. So it will be clear. User will be logged out from the firebase as well as from our local storage. So that's pretty cool, and it is done. So this is what we are. This is very simple logout export function, right? Function. So we are going to we have already exported this action. So this is very simple logout function, and we are going to call it on the click of logout. So where is our main component? Okay, go to your home page. Okay, in case of your layout, you're gonna see index.js, and here we have a header. So probably I can pass logout from here, because logout will be available everywhere, or you can simply go to your header, and you can also write an action over here. So I'm gonna use over here, so there is no need to pass it from there. So let's get your action, and before we have to say, so here we have logout, and on click we are going to call props.logout, and I have already written it. So yeah, cool. So you just have to say logout, and we have to write this function. So this logout is a function, and we are going to write that function const logout, and this is our function, right? And also we have to get the dispatch, const dispatch. First we use dispatch, and we have also imported dispatch, you can see over here, and here we are going to call the dispatch, or we are going to say logout. So this is an action from you can see the action file, right? So just hit enter, and it is not navigated, it is not imported, right? Logout. So we have to import. This is from the action, from, and I am in need of some hints. Actions, cool. So here we are going to get the logout, and this is because of logout, and this is again logout, and so we have to rename this. Logout, or we can do one thing. Just go to your header. Oh, where is header? And just remove it or comment it, like whatever you think best. And here instead of calling logout, or instead of adding a reference over here, I'm gonna use an arrow function, and we'll say simply dispatch, and then logout from this is logout action, and call it. So again, this is going to return a promise, but that's not any problem over here. So once this action will be dispatched, we have to perform some more actions. So let's go your auth.actions, and we'll say here dispatch, and the type, just type, it will be like auth constants, and let's add a backticks, auth constants dot user underscore logout underscore success. Cool. And let's save it. So we are going to save the dispatch, and if there is an error, we'll dispatch again an action with the detail like type is going to be it is going to be dollar and auth constants dot user underscore logout underscore failure. Cool. And also we can say the payload over here. So payload, and it will be error. Okay, fine. Now let's go to your reducer, auth dot reducer dot js, and here we are going to write some case. First one is the dollar auth constant dot user logout underscore request So I'm not going to do anything over here probably, and you can add simply some kind of like if you want to see, it will take little time in case of if you're, because it is going to make a call to the server. In that period you can set some parameters or variables just to show some kind of logout effect, a spinner, a loader, whatever you can call. Right now I'm just avoiding. We will surely do in the final video, but let's do here and say auth constant dot user underscore logout underscore success, and it is going to end here, break, and we'll simply in case of success we will take the state and okay, and we will simply take the initial state. Init state is the initial state, and we have here init state. So this is just first name, email with all the initial details. We'll split that state and then it will return. And in case of like the other users, like dollar, in case of failure, auth constant dot user underscore logout underscore of failure, and we'll say break statement, and here we are going to say state equals to what we are going to say, whatever the existing state, let's take that, split it, and we'll add error. So we'll say action dot payload dot error. Cool, save, and here. So this is what we are going to do over here. Okay, and let's test this. So then is not defined auth.actions.js file, line number 134. Okay, let's check why it is talking like that. Then is not defined, really. It's a property. If we call sign out, then you'll get. So it is simply dot then instead of just then. That's going to return a promise that you can handle with the help of then and catch, and then you can see it is working fine. So let's open your browser console once again, and here is the console option. Let's small it, and you can see the console, clear console. We have it's already reloaded, and now let's try to log out. So user logout request and user underscore logout underscore success, and as you can see, once the data from the redux store as well as from the local store is cleared, then it is automatically in the login page. So this is working very well. Thank you guys.